Hey guys, and welcome back. Now today I'm going to be talking about deloads. Why is that? This week I'm on a deload. They suck, but they are extremely necessary, and I guess I want to talk a little bit about why you would need one and when to do one, and especially how to do it properly. Let's go, baby. Okay, now there are a few different circumstances where some different kind of deloads, might be suitable for you. But the first one that I'm going to talk about is the deload if you're feeling beat up, stiff, and sore. Okay, now this is pretty common. You've gotten to the end of your 3 or 4 week training block and you're feeling those niggly injuries come on. It's a very unpleasant experience. Now, if you're going to listen to your body, it might be time for a deload. Now, what kind of deload should you do if you're feeling very sore and beat up, but not necessarily really tired? Okay, now for me, a lot of the time, this is the deload I need. Okay, I train very hard. When you train hard, you get sore. The best way to go about this, my friends, would be to drop the intensity back for a week. Okay, now intensity is load. So when I say drop the intensity back, I mean, let's have a lighter week. Okay, if you're a little bit beat up, bring the weight down, keep the volume moderately high. It's still good to get some blood flow and movement if we're sore, okay? So next time you're beat up, drop the load right back, 50, 60%, potentially of your max. Get some light sets and reps in, maybe 3x5, 3x8, nothing too challenging, and get some accessory movements in, but drop the weight back on those as well. Drop them back to 50 to 60%, get a couple sets in, nice full range of motion, get a bit of a pump, okay? Because blood flow will help you recover. It will help you feel better, even going for a walk. A light walk every day or every second day will help you recover and become less sore and less beat up, which is important to returning to training following a deload, okay? So you're feeling beat up, you're feeling sore, drop the weight, get some light reps in, get some blood flow, get some movement. Let's go, baby. Okay, now deload type 2, okay? Let's say you're feeling pretty good, okay? Your body's not too sore, feeling pretty strong, but you are starting to feel tired, a little bit lethargic and fatigued, okay? Now this is also very common. Now, a key way to approach this is a little bit different to what most people will tell you. You can do a deload like this, and I love doing deloads like this. If I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm just fatigued, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna drop the volume right back for a week. I'm gonna keep the intensity high though, okay? So I may even do a triple, a double, or even a conservative top single in my deload week, okay? I'm gonna get that stimulus up because let's say, we're in a strength block, we've done 3 weeks of good, consistent, heavy training, and we're not too sore. We wanna keep that progression up, but we still think, okay, I probably should take a deload. That's a responsible thing to do in the long run, but how can I do this without taking away from my current progression? Well, I would personally go, okay, I'm gonna do a heavy single, not overly heavy, RPE 8 to 9 tops. No more than a fucking 9. That is max, okay? Execute it really well. Keep in mind this is an unpeaked single normally, which would mean that you're not gonna be really at the top of your ceiling, so it's not gonna be too fatiguing, but it's nice to get that stimulus and to set yourself up for the following week. Now, after this top single or double or triple, I'm gonna do less sets and reps than I have been the previous weeks. If I've been doing 4 sets of accessories, per exercise, I might do 1 to 2 sets, okay? Keep it a little bit heavier, but just drop that volume right back down, okay? That will be my deload. I will be recovering from the volume, okay? Because the volume, generally, I find, is what makes me very tired, okay? So dropping that back for a week can really help boost your training the following weeks. But again, this is a tricky one because if you feel like this, some people think, I don't need a deload. You don't always need a deload. But in the long run, to think about progression down the track, taking deloads, every 3 to 4 weeks isn't a bad idea. Okay, now, and number 3, the third deload is competition deload. This is what I'm on right now. I am 1 week out of a competition and it's full deload, okay? Now I am both fucking beat up, I am sore as shit, and I'm tired. I'm finding myself needing a nap pretty much every day at the moment. My central nervous system is fatigued. So competition deload generally is as close to full rest as possible. Now, it's still important to get a little bit of training in, okay? Now, today is Monday. I have a competition Sunday. This morning, I did some moderately heavy bench press. I did 200 kilos for a pause triple followed by 170 kilos for a pull set of 8 on bench, okay? Relatively heavy, nowhere near my max, but I'm still keeping that stimulus high, okay? It's still important for me to get that motor pattern ingrained and focus on that technique, because we can forget these little nuances after about a week of not doing it. Now tomorrow I'll probably come in and I'm gonna do some light deads and some light squats. I'm talking 50% of my max for maybe 2 sets of 5 or even 3 sets of 3, something like that. I haven't decided yet. That's not really the important part. But what is important is it is very light, and my only focus is executing this movement to as close to perfect as possible, okay? I have competition coming up. My only goal is to recover and to make sure that I'm, staying sharp with my technique and these motor patterns, because I'm telling you again, 1 week of not doing them and you will start to feel a little bit off, okay? So it's very important competition week that you're still doing a little something. You should not be pushing hard. There should not be a lot of volume. You want to aim to get as much sleep as possible, as much food in and hydration as possible. I even think it's very important competition week to go walking, okay? Go for a half an hour walk every couple of days. I think that's fantastic anytime, okay? But when you're recovering, blood flow is amazing. And we don't want to sit at home, be lazy, and you get sore and stiff when you do nothing, okay? So that's the other side to it. The less you do, sometimes the more sore and stiff you get. So recovery is also about movement and being healthy. It's just about not pushing yourself in the fucking gym for a week, okay? Okay guys, so I'm sure there are some other ways to do deloads. I'm sure there's some other stuff out there, but those are the 3 deloads that I use, and I think they're the only ones that are really important, okay? Now, what is important with all deloads, as I've mentioned during this video, is movement, but also nutrition, sleep. If you want to recover, you need to give yourself sufficient fuel and sufficient rest, okay? It doesn't matter if you're not training, if you're not eating and not sleeping, you're not gonna recover optimally, okay? Now, our goal is to be the best and the strongest athletes we can be on the platform or in the gym, okay? That is our goal. So deloads are an essential part of this. Now, they're very boring. I don't like them personally. I fucking hate them, but I understand the importance of them. And that comes down to discipline, okay? Taking a week of training a little bit easier isn't being a bitch, okay? It's not being a pussy if it's a part of the fucking plan. It's not you going into the gym on a scheduled heavy week and going, I don't fucking feel like being here today. I'm gonna go and fucking cry and masturbate into a tissue. No, that's not what it's about, okay? It's about sticking to a plan and sticking to the plan when you don't want to, and that plan may be to go easy, okay? You gotta stick to the plan if you want to perform on the fucking platform. This is a sport. We're training for competition. Well, I am. You might be too. Maybe not. But if you want to be the best, you gotta have a plan. You gotta stick to it. So I hope this helped. If it did, make sure you subscribed. Drop a comment, please. If you want to see or hear anything else in the future, when we cover anything, I got you. Drop a comment, and please buy my merch, follow my other pages, and keep coming back and watching this shit. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you next time. Go to the fucking gym.